On September 12, 2025, officers in Florida responded to a bank fraud report that would demonstrate critical constitutional principles in financial crime investigations.
How are you? Good, good. Hi. Oh, hi.
How are you?
Good.
So these are the check, and then this is the ID, and she's here sitting in front of us.
Okay. Hey man, can you stand up real quick for me? Put your hands behind your back real quick.
For what?
Just gonna be detained right now for the moment, alright? Not too tight?
No.
Okay. One second, let me just, I don't wanna get tight for a second. I'm just gonna move this so it doesn't bother you, alright?
Okay.
You didn't call it out yesterday.
No, not yet. Alright, I'm gonna put you in the back of my car and then I'll talk to you inside, alright?
Okay.
Do you have anything on sharp or anything like that right now?
No, I'm wearing a dress.
I know, I just gotta.
My bad.
No, you're.
No, I know,
Just
you're
have a
just
seat.
doing your job.
And then,
Wait, I've never been behind a cop car, so like, how do I...
Just sit down and then we'll buckle you up or anything, alright? I'm gonna turn on the AC so it doesn't get hot back there, alright? Give me a second.
Where's your car?
Do you have a car?
No.
No car? How'd you get here?
Got dropped off.
You got dropped off? Okay.
Where is he?
I honestly don't know where he is.
Well, he was coming back to pick you up, so where is he?
Right, I don't know where he is. He's supposed to be coming back.
Who is it? What's his name?
I know him as Fredo.
You know him as Fredo? Where's he from? Miami. What kind of car does he drive?
Right now he's in a Genesis, a white Genesis.
A white Genesis? Okay. Is there anything in the bag that you shouldn't have? Drugs, guns, weapons, anything? No? 20? Just a vape? Okay.
I'm sorry. I know I probably can't, but can I call my mom? Or...
You can't call anybody right now.
Okay. Sir, that's for you.
Okay.
Copy.
Now I just need somebody to fill out this one statement.
Yes, I will do.
And can you have your ID as well, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll be right back.
I'm just going to read you your rights real quick before I try to talk to you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to the presence of an attorney before and during answering any questions. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you through the court. Do you understand those rights? Okay. Do you wish to talk to me?
I've never been. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in this situation.
Okay. Well.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I mean, as of right now, that's a fake check.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry. Do you think you could just like pull my hair behind my ear? I don't mean to like. Yeah, it's like annoying me. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, do you? So it's a fake check. Obviously, you were brought here, I guess, to cash the check, but the check's made out to your name. Who was the guy that you know again that dropped you off?
I don't know like his name, but I know him as Fredo.
Fredo.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many other places have you gone today?
I just went to one, And then initially I didn't want to keep going because I was afraid of this. But whenever he told me I was going to get left stranded, so.
Does he have anyone else working for him today?
Not going into banks, but there's like another person driving.
So there's 2 drivers?
No, so he's also walking into banks. He has a driver. And then they're just...
He's also walking into banks as well? And you don't know his name, just as Fredo?
No, I saw one of the checks. I think it's like Julian or Juan. It's with a J. I just can't. I
Julian, you said?
I believe it's Julian.
Okay. And last name?
You got me there.
Got you.
So,
Okay.
I don't know like when they're gonna do that though.
Okay. All right. We will we'll figure this out. All right. He's going to talk to you in a few minutes, okay? You have anything else you want to tell me? You from Hialeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a few minutes.
Am I gonna like go to jail?
You're getting arrested today, yeah. There's no way out of that one.
I've never been arrested before.
I understand.
I'm sorry. I'm just like
It's fine.
I don't really know how to show emotion and stuff. I'm just kind of trying to process everything together.
No. Okay. It's fine. I'll be right back.
That's the that's the one from earlier. Okay. So okay, so this is from the earlier, different clients, different, the same.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
okay, yeah.
That's from earlier today.
This is from the other. This is from the other.
location.
Okay.
Carolyn.
So put. You said airport, right?
Airport and Pine Ridge. The banking center name is Carolyn.
Okay. Just so I know.
Yes. And this is from here.
And then this one's here. So how did you guys realize it was just anything distinctive?
So this is the one that alert us, of course. And then I quickly remember the ID, the face. Once you walk in, I realized it.
So they sent
same
you.
person.
They sent
This
you.
is, yes.
This is what the manager from
From
airport
there,
sent
yes.
you.
Correct.
Okay, and then once you saw her come in here, you recognized
Correct.
the name and
I
the face
recognize
from
the
the.
face, actually, not the name. This face, I recognize it.
You remember the face from the
Yes.
the email, and then obviously once you got the ID, you kind of were like, oh, this is the same person.
Correct. And
And
then I
then-
will review the account,
Uh-huh.
and this check number is already being used. And then this check feel like no, it's weird. Plus, customer don't use this check type. So more people
So William, check number has been used.
correct. Handwritings are different than his normal writing.
Handwriting different, and you said the material doesn't feel like.
Yeah, the material feel weird for the check, normal check.
Okay.
And then this account owner always put the note here. If he pays someone with a check, he always have a memo line fill up, like what did he pay for. But this one has nothing.
Memo line filled out usually with for whatever.
Correct.
Okay.
That's it.
And that's pretty much it. So
Yes.
this is the email you received. This is the attachment.
Yes. You want me to take it together for you?
No, I
You
got
good?
it. Yeah, because it's only these two, and then obviously the check.
Yes.
I have her ID. Do you need a photocopy of this
I
right
do.
here? You copied it?
Yes.
Okay. And we have this. He has your information. You gave me the ID. I think that's everything.
Yes. The only thing I don't have. Oh no, that's good. We good. We good.
All right. Thank you guys. I'll call you
Thank
guys
you,
if I need any more
officer.
information.
Sure.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Central Bravo 13, Romeo.
I got everything now.
Okay.
The Fourth Amendment requires probable cause for arrest. Here, multiple fraud indicators combine to meet this standard. Under Illinois versus Gates, courts apply a totality of circumstances test. The reused check number, inconsistent handwriting, unusual paper stock, and pattern across two banks established probable cause. The officer's immediate detention was lawful. Terry versus Ohio permits brief investigative detentions based on reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. The pat-down search falls under Terry's stop-and-frisk doctrine. Officers may conduct limited weapons searches when they reasonably believe a person may be armed and dangerous. Miranda versus Arizona mandates rights advisement before custodial interrogation. The officer delivered all required warnings: right to silence, right to counsel, and consequences of statements. The subject's waiver was valid. She acknowledged understanding her rights and agreed to speak. Under Davis versus United States, invocation must be unambiguous. Her confession established all elements of the crime: possession of fraudulent instruments, intent to defraud, and knowing participation in a coordinated scheme. The search of her belongings was justified under United States versus Robinson. Search incident to lawful arrest extends to containers within the arrestee's immediate control. Florida Statute 831.29 criminalizes uttering false instruments. Attempting to pass a forged check with intent to defraud satisfies the statutory elements. The multi-bank pattern elevated this from isolated fraud to organized criminal activity. Interstate coordination in fraud schemes triggers enhanced federal scrutiny. The banking staff's interbranch communication exemplifies effective fraud prevention. Their photographic warning directly enabled suspect identification.
Anything else for me?
No, I think I got everything. Just for, can you throw that in the wallet if you could reach? Melanie, what is this? Delta 9 or Delta 8, you said? So it's not going to pop for anything if it gets tested or anything like that? Okay.
Delta 8, so
Yeah.
got
I'll test
THC
it.
in it.
I'll test it at the station. Alright, well, like the officer said, pretty much you're going to be arrested right now just because of the check. It's been used, it's fraudulent. So I'll be taking you down to the jail. From there you could contact whatever. But pretty much that's pretty much how the day's gonna go now. Alright? You'll be going with your belongings, so you don't have to worry. They'll receive your phone and wallet and your bag and all that. Pretty much good.
Yep.
I'll head to the station right after. Now if you're gonna be there, I'll meet up with you.
Yeah, I'll swing down there.
Alright.
Let me know if you need anything else.
No, I think that should be everything.
Alright.
Alright, thanks man.
Sounds good.
She was charged with fraud for impersonating another person in order to unlawfully possess identification, along with uttering a false instrument. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Based on legal and tactical analysis, the officer receives an A-. Proper Miranda advisement, systematic evidence collection, and professional demeanor throughout. Minor improvement area: more explicit articulation of probable cause to the subject would enhance transparency and public understanding of law enforcement authority. The subject receives a C+. Full cooperation and honesty during arrest, but waiving Fifth Amendment rights and providing full confession demonstrated poor legal judgment. Her participation in organized fraud, targeting $10,000 across multiple institutions, represents serious criminal conduct regardless of cooperative demeanor. Banking staff receives an A. Pattern recognition, detailed fraud analysis, evidence preservation, and law enforcement coordination prevented financial losses. Key lessons from this case. First, Miranda rights exist to protect you. Requesting an attorney is not an admission of guilt. It's constitutional wisdom. Second, probable cause requires articulable facts, not mere suspicion. Multiple corroborating indicators create the legal threshold for arrest. Third, organizational communication multiplies fraud prevention effectiveness. Information sharing between branches transformed isolated incidents into pattern recognition. Fourth, professional conduct benefits all parties. Despite serious charges, mutual respect facilitated efficient investigation without escalation or injury. Finally, understanding the distinction between detention and arrest matters. Detention requires reasonable suspicion. Arrest demands probable cause, each triggering different rights and procedures. This case demonstrates constitutional protections functioning as designed. Proper rights advisement, valid waiver, lawful search, and sufficient probable cause resulted in legitimate arrest. The financial crime context adds complexity. Unlike violent offenses, fraud schemes often involve multiple actors across jurisdictions, requiring coordinated investigative approaches. From a defense perspective, the subject's statements were devastating. Silence after Miranda advisement would have forced prosecutors to rely solely on circumstantial evidence. The officer's evidence collection established chain of custody, photographing checks, copying identification, and documenting witness statements created admissible prosecution evidence. When constitutional procedures are followed properly, cases withstand appellate scrutiny. This investigation demonstrates textbook execution of fraud investigation protocols. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and check out our second channel for more content.